All right, no walk off, no dramatic entrance, no no bullshit. This is serious. I have to sit the lads down and let me fix my mic, man. Let me get y'all right, man, cause this is serious business, man. I there's no bullshit here, right? This is serious. Am I the problem? And you're probably looking at that title and like, damn, Rhino's back at it again with a clickbait. Nah, nah. After three failed seasons, right? One obviously captaining Grin, which we had roster struggles, we had unfortunate things happen. The second season, I actually forget what happened last season. This season, joining the Damage Boys and literally falling out. What was that? A scrim we fell out on, or some shits. Firstly, I think it comes down to this, right? Do I think I could be the best player in Warrior? No contest. And I say that respectfully to all the great players playing in Warrior this season. But I just know what I'm capable of, and I know that on the right team, I could easily, in the right position as well, right? And we'll get into all that lore, but on understanding all that, right, and understanding exactly where I fit in to a team is extremely important. And maybe that's why I've captained teams in the past, and maybe that's why I do significantly better when I'm in creative control of a team and drafting control and in-game leading control. I do significantly better, and I carry players that shouldn't even be in playoffs just by game knowledge, right? But I I recently came to the realization I'm the problem. I think it takes a certain level of player and a certain mind to play with me, right? That's why when I played with Licky's probably one of the best offlaners A12's ever seen, right? But when I play with him, I want to do weird shit. I don't think he wants to do weird shit or is really in the creative mindset to do the shit that I want to pull off, and we just clashed, right? So I think it just comes down to where are the players that want to do the shit I want to do, right? I don't want to just beat you with Underlord, right? I don't want to beat you with fucking Void Spirit mid. I don't want to beat you with some weird shit. I want to beat you with the shit that is cool to watch and cool to play, right? I want to beat you with extremely weird shit, right? That's why Ten Toes. I think that's one of the reasons Ten Toes works so well. Well, I think Ten Toes works so well is because they had absolutely 100% trust in me, right? And I don't think I'll ever get a team like that again, right? We've known each other since I was a jit, since I was a little kid, since I was literally a prepubescent toddler in a fucking sucking my mom's tit. We've literally known each other from the fucking gutter, bro. And we've grew, and we finally got to make a team together, and that was the outcome, right? And if I could bring Tentos back right now, I would. But it's just not in the cards right now. Defy's in college, Liam's graduating soon, Maddie's off the map. Peyton didn't even play when he was on Ten Toes. We basically had Brian subbing in every game. Um, it's it's rough to bring back. Um, but yeah, I mean, that was the funnest I've had in Dota in a while, and I really took that shit for granted, right? Because do I think I'm a great player? Yes. Do I think I'm a good enough player to fit into every mold that every team's looking for into the off lane, the mid lane, or the safe lane? No. Hell no. As anyone that watched Tento's Dota watched, I played off laners in the safe lane role, right? Sort of worked. I mean, and I love that. But most of these teams aren't going to be able to pull that off or know the timings or really understand Dota at that level. And I think I'm the problem. All right, I look at Unhung Heroes. Obviously, that team, had a fallout with their mid laner. They moved Ginny to mid, and I came on as off lane, right? But I think the major issue there was there was a disconnect firstly in the team, and also I think I can touch on this a lot, right? Where friend stacks don't do well in A2L, and there could be discrepancies there. There could be outliers, but usually friend stacks don't do well in competitive Dota. And I know the first thing someone's gonna say is OG was a friend stack. They picked up Thompson 2 weeks, 2 months before, maybe 2 weeks before the TI. How is he a friend, right? Fly, fucking No Tail's best friend, left the team. They're no longer a friend stack anymore. They were there to win the game. They're there to win, right? I'm talking about five people that have been friends for a while, coming together and forming a team. They just don't work, right? I think if you play with someone a certain amount of time, there is a trust factor there that builds. There's also, a reliability factor. I sort of know what this guy wants to do. I sort of know how he plays. But there's also like I think, like when they're calling shit that's important, and maybe it's just on Hunk Heroes, when you're calling shit that's important, they're not listening. They don't respect you, bro. They respect you as a friend. They like talking to you, but they don't respect your calls. They don't respect you as a captain of a team, right? And I think everyone on Unhung Heroes, I think Bunky wants to win. I just think he's an inexperienced captain and an inexperienced five. I think he would even tell you that to your face, right? He's just a little inexperienced, and I think you need to build that experience in A as well. You need to build how to captain a team in A as well, and not only a team, the team you're on, right? Some of the best captains in A as well have been captaining for 6, 7, 8 seasons, right? Or been on teams that they were like the co-captain of, right? When you come in as well and you're the new captain and you have a new team and you've made this roster basically new, and even if you are on a new team and you come from just pub mentality, a lot's gonna change. Even though I say it's was a church league, it's still a competitive Dota league. No one's here to lose. No one likes losing. That shit doesn't feel too good, right? And I know the Rhino memes are gonna come out. Rhino leaving another team. Didn't last a week. I mean, I would say I got kicked. I also would say I also would say I didn't know what I was going into, right? I should have tried out for the team. I should have been like, tried to play with them and see where their heads were at and their mentality was at and how they like to play Dota. And I just didn't, right? I mean, if you look at my heroes by themselves, right? My best heroes are the stomp picks, the brood mothers, the the Lycans, the Visage, the Axes, like heroes that can't really be first picked, right? And teams love to first pick their offlaner. They love to throw their offlaner with a Pit Lord or Centaur or DK or some other shit like that. I can play those heroes. That's just not me. You're not getting the best Rhino if I play those heroes, right? And it obviously takes some drafting tools. It takes some help to really understand where I'm coming from. And I tried. I tried. I talked to Bunky, before yesterday's games. And do I think that team was good? No. Fuck no. I mean, I was sort of running over them with Razor, right? We just threw the game. That's and I don't want to. This isn't about them. This is about I had the issue, and I joined Grin Fury and teaching players that are significantly under the rank they're playing at how to play my way of Dota, and I'll call it Tento's Dota because I like to say I sort of manufactured that brand of Dota in the A12 community. I I would just say you can't, and I don't think it's a great way to learn Dota to just go in and say, yeah, I can pick a pause 3 as a pause 1. I can give my mid laner Pudge and all these weird ass heroes. I can give my 4 player fucking 3 heroes. And I can just literally run at people, run at people over CS. We didn't care where the fucking creep waves were. We didn't care if your tier 1 or tier 2 was up. We're running at you, and if it worked, it worked. If it didn't, it didn't. Um, and it really, and I think I'd love to go down and break down Tento's games, with the captains that beat us. But the thing that really beat us was when that three BKB item timing came out. We just could not handle it, right? We just weren't prepared for that. And I think Phoenix Pals did a great job with that. I think PSGS did a great job with that. Now, there's a couple other teams that did a great job with just three BKB timers on their cores, and then we were fucked, right? Um, and I just think maybe I'm not fit to captain a team, and maybe I just don't know the meta. I mean, for a while, I think I've been playing quite poorly. MD2L, it's been rough compared to where I was, of old, of late. And I think just a mental reset would help. I mean, I love this game. I'm addicted. I'm a manic. It's hard to not play Dota. It's hard to not think about Dota in everyday life. It's hard to not sit down at work or at school or wherever I am and be like, damn, I wish I was on Dota right now, or I wish I was watching Dota right now, or I wish I was talking to someone about Dota right now, right? And there's something about that, right? And having that mindset for what the last 5 years, 6 years, having that Dota or nothing mindset that I have to be playing Dota right now or I have to keep up to date with this game. And you guys can say like this game doesn't get patched a lot, but shit comes out of the woodwork. Like we saw Wraith Pack was added to the game stupid long ago, right? And they literally over the course of 2 months it became one of the most popular items. And what was that? Just a little patch, a little patch as well. I just think this game's evolving, and you got to keep up. And I think I wasn't ready. I wasn't prepared for that. And I'm definitely living in nostalgia as well. Like I definitely I definitely think A12 as a community has changed. I don't think it's gotten necessarily better, but I think teams have the same teams are starting to realize what's how to win. And it's a winning environment now. Um, and I think that's huge. I was listening to Podison's podcast yesterday because I like to listen to other people's decent content. We'll get on that as well. We're giving out the purple roll a lot now. I'm seeing a lot of purple names in the Discord, and I'm like, yo, this dude makes dog shit content. I don't want to call him out, but my God, your content's ass, son. And don't think that purple name gives you any right to think you're in the same tax bracket as me, because you're not. You're about 4 steps down. 4 steps down, you're poverty level. You're a stooge. You know what I mean? You're down here, and we're giving that shit out a lot. But I may make a ticket, but yeah, I just think. Well, I was listening to the podcast. We'll get back to that. I was listening to the podcast, and they were talking about captaining and how important week one is, and that kind of content is awesome to see. Three guys who've been around the league for a while, Greco, Jamokin, I forget the other dude, uh, but is Greco on it? I think he's on it. We're gonna say he's on it. I know Jamokin's on it, and I was listening, and they have good takes. I was listening to the Brian episode as well. If you haven't listened to the Podisons podcast, please do. It's I think, and especially if you're a new captain and a new person in the A12 community, just try to engulf as much content as you can. Good content. Now, if you're writing on a whiteboard or a chalkboard or fucking Google Paint or fucking Microsoft Paint or whatever the fuck you're doing, listen, that content's not for me, but I know there's people that enjoy it. So I just taking some time and I guess the next question is, are you off the team? I think I respectfully left. I withdrew from the team. We're on two different wavelengths. Their captain's withdrawing from the team as well. I don't know if he's withdrawing, but I know he's giving up the captain seat. And I just thought, we're on different levels of Dota. It's as simple as that. It's not too complicated. We're on different levels of Dota. I think, um, yeah, we're just on different levels of the game, and that's fine. No one should feel like um, they are. There shouldn't be that big a gap between Dota knowledge and Dota gameplay in a team because it just breeds, toxicity. It breeds frustration, and I think that is, two things that can ruin a team, right? And I'm not saying I'm a better player. I mean, I am saying that. Fuck. I think they just have room to grow, right? I've just been playing the game for probably a lot longer than them, and I have more experience. And I guess the boomers in AHL would be like, well, why don't you coach them up? Firstly, to coach a team and to bring them up to bridge the gap between Dota knowledge and gameplay, it takes a lot. First, you got to know the people you're coaching. You can't just randomly coach people and be like, hey, do this, do this, do that, do this, do that, do this, do that. Firstly, a lot of people won't do it. They'll forget about it in game. They maybe do it for 2 games and they'll forget. And you got to know how to even say that information, how to even like tell them that, for them to listen, for them to change their gameplay. So I think it's it just didn't work out. So on MD2L, man, with Grin, and I don't want to say this will be my last A2L season because my retirement video, I've leached that shit. I've leached that word a lot of times. Rhino retirement, and I'm always back. But I will say this: next time you see me in A2L, it'll be with the right team. Whether I'm captaining or not, I have to believe in the people I'm playing with, and I think that is the best advice I can give to anyone. Whether you are captaining, drafting, IGL, you have to believe in the people you play with. If you don't believe in them, if you don't believe your carry's gonna make the gonna find the best farm, your mid's gonna play well and win his lane, your off lane's gonna initiate fights and win his lane and do what he's supposed to do, and your supports are gonna get the best wards and cast their spells in team fights, then there's no reason for you to be playing. Because if you don't believe in your team, you don't believe, you can't believe in, you can't possibly believe in winning. So yeah, I think, and for a while since Ten Toes, I have not believed in any team I was on. There's always been an issue. There's always been something wrong, and I just fundamentally didn't believe in my teammates. I thought it was maybe me and a couple other players on the team, or me plus one. Um, and really the best feeling was the team with TJ when we won. What was that? 3, 4, 5 seasons ago? Four seasons ago? Maybe 5 now. Uh, yeah, maybe 4. I know it was before the Ten Toes season, so maybe 4. Uh, I felt great. I felt that there's full. I also feel like if you have a connection with, if you're one and your two have a tight knit connection, like a super tight knit connection, and you know exactly what each other are doing, that is an unbreakable bond. TJ, obviously, as you guys know, I was talking to that dude daily for 8 hours a day, just shooting shit about personal life, fucking Dota, everything. That was my guy. Um, Sadly, it looks like he quit, or I don't know where the fuck he is, but I haven't talked to him in a while. Actually, he just hit me up a couple days ago, or maybe a week or two ago. So yeah, he's well, man, and I think um, I just think I'm done. I think firstly, I don't think I'm a free agent. I don't think I'm a great free agent to pick up. Like, I think I have the skill to add to any team, but I think it won't be instant. It'll be, maybe later in the playoffs, maybe later in the division. Um, it just certain things I'm going to start looking for in the team, and until I find it, I'm not joining. That's a guarantee. So whether that's building a team or joining one, um, so that's just sort of my update about that. And I want to apologize if I cancel on content with you this week. I just moved into this new spot, and there's just been a lot of shit happening. Shori's been over a lot, so there's just been a lot of shit, you know, sort of congressing at one time, and it's been a lot. So I will get um back on the out of pocket shit next week with 2 episodes, hopefully, because I know that was well received, and I got some good constructive criticism from it. You guys want to see less personal questions and more Dota questions, so yeah, that I'll be back on that as well. Um, and I think that's it, really. To be honest, I don't think I have anything else to rant about or anything else I've seen. There's not really been any crazy drama. I do want to talk about. I do want to have Mango on an interview. I don't know. Maybe it'll be a one-off Rhino Rants interview with Mango. I think I've already have one on on my channel about that. But I just want to know the inside scoop of the damage org and why exactly Mango got kicked. Because I think we're starting to see it for a while now, right? For a while now, people would play with players that they thought were bad. And then I come along, kick 4 players, 5 players in the season, and And people are starting to realize you can kick players for playing terribly. If you have a bad player on your team, kick them. There's no, especially if there's an 8-team playoff in all these divisions. If you are playing with someone who is dog shit, please kick them from the team. Find someone else. You have a chance to make playoffs, and you have to do that shit soon because we're in week 3, right? You gotta do that shit soon. Um, so it's crazy because it's a new culture of Dota, right? It's just a new culture of roster formations and putting in changing your rosters around. It's cool to look at, and and just another change I made to the 8 to 12 league. Um, but yeah, I think that's it, guys. I appreciate you guys tuning in, man. Like, comment, subscribe. Definitely subscribe. I know a lot of y'all are watching this shit hating, fucking hating. Like I've been at 66 subscribers for a minute. And I'm averaging 100 views a video, so I need y'all to hit the fucking subscribe button. Like, what's up? You know what I mean? I feel like a lot of these watch parties too. I know a lot of people being Discords will doing watch parties for my contents, and I love that. That's cool. I love to see the open discussion. But for everyone who's in the watch party, go to my channel and press subscribe. It doesn't really help me. I just like to see the numbers, to be honest. The numbers are sort of cool, and I have some big things coming as well. So yeah, if you want to stay tuned for that, because I honestly what I may start doing is stop posting A12 content just to see what I get, just to see who the real ones are. Stop posting in that shit. Um, but until then, I'll catch you guys next time. Two out of pockets next week. Maybe a one-off Mango interview. So that's 3 videos for you guys, man. And hopefully the mic's better. Hopefully it sounds better. And I will catch you guys on the next one.